Welcome to the Estampida channel. In this video, we will explain in detail how to use each of the condition cards. We'll start with the card with the lowest priority. Let's go for it. The Biodiversity card is the easiest to explain. It reads like this. The next player can play any card. This means that any fauna card or condition card can be played the next turn. Easy, right? Reflection. Reflects any effects of the previously played card on the next player. We will use the following example to explain this card. Player 1 plays a Jaguar 9 card, and takes a new nature card. Player 2 plays a reflection card, and also refills her hand. Player 3 in this case, must play cards equal or greater than Jaguar 9, or play with condition cards. In this case, the reflection card simply reflects the previous card. It is as if it were a copy of it, or as if it were transparent. Am I clear? We will explain another example. Player 1 plays with Biodiversity, and fills in his hand. Player 2 plays a reflection card, and refills her hand as well. Player 3 must react as if a Biodiversity card had been played. That is, Player 3 can play with any card because the effect of the Biodiversity card played by Player 1 was reflected. Rip currents. The next player can only play Rana, Mono, or condition cards. There you can see in the drawing that the monkey and the frog use that twig as a bridge. The other animals are too heavy and would fall into the rip currents of the river. In this example, Player 1 plays a rip currents card and takes a new card from nature. Player 2 plays with a Rana 1 card and also refills in his hand. Player 3 plays with a card greater than Rana 1, which is a Mono 2 card. In the example above, if Player 2 does not have any condition cards, Rana 1 or Mono 2, he or she must take all the cards from the encounter zone in his hand and start a new encounter zone. I mean, play a card from their hand. Trade wins. The next player can only play Jaguar, Danta, or condition cards. In this case, the rule applies, but in reverse. Now only the largest animals play on the next turn. In our example, Player 1 plays a Trade Wins card, and refills his hand. Player 2 plays a Jaguar 9 card, and takes a new card from nature. Player 3 plays a Danta 10 card. Like rip currents, if Player 2 does not have a Jaguar 9, Danta 10, or condition card, he must take all the encounter zone cards in his hand. Migration. Move this card and all cards in the wild encounter zone out of play. Start a new encounter zone with any card from your hand. This card is used to start over. All cards in the encounter zone are removed from the game. Cards in the wild will no longer be used in this game. In this example, it is observed that Player 1 plays a migration card. Remove all cards from the encounter zone. Take a new card from nature and play a new card in the encounter zone. And then take a new card to fill in up to 3 cards that we should always have in hand as long as they exist in nature. Estampida. This card is the funniest of all. It can be played in different directions, depending on which direction the characters and animals in the card illustration are running. Play this card in the wild, out of the game. Then the player to your right takes all the cards in the encounter zone in his or her hand unless he or she can play another Estampida card, which forwards this effect to the next player. This card is the one that causes others to draw cards from the encounter zone and can trigger a series of Estampidas as explained in the following examples. It is important to mention that the player who takes all the cards from the encounter zone, regardless of the reason, must start a new encounter zone. Example 1. Player 1 plays an Estampida to the right. Player 2 does not have another Estampida card to defend himself, and he takes all the cards in the encounter zone. Example 2. Player 1 plays an Estampida to the right. Player 2 plays a Estampida card to the right. Player 3 has no other Estampida card to defend himself, and he takes all the cards from the encounter zone in his hand. Example 3. Player 1 uses a Estampida to the right. Player 2 responds with a right Estampida card. Player 3 defends himself with a Estampida card to the left, which returns the effect to player 2. This player plays another Estampida card to the left, which redirects the effect to player 1, and he has no other Estampida card to defend himself, so he takes all the encounter zone cards in his hand. Example 4. This example is important to understand well. In this case, the direction of play is to the left. Player 1 plays an Estampida to the right. Player 2 does not have another Estampida card to defend himself, and he takes all the encounter zone cards in his hand, and then opens a new encounter zone with any card from his hand. The question would be, who gets to play the next turn? Player 1? Or player 3? In this and all cases, the direction chosen at the start of the game is always respected. This means that the next player is going to be player 1. And with this we finish explaining the effects of each condition card. In our next video, we will teach you more advanced rules. Thanks for watching and see you soon.